Alright everybody, hey, Speedy here at Banu Studio Inks, filming vlog number 12. No, this is 13 I believe. Yeah, 13, my bad. I ended up skipping last Saturday's vlog because I had a commission I needed to attend to. I explained that in another video. And then right after that weekend that I finished that mural I did in a customer's dining room, got an eye infection. Slowed things down, but I don't stop. I don't stop working. I mean, you know, the eye infection is in this side and it's starting to clear up, but there's still a little bit of like infection in there, so I'm just treating it and cleaning it every day and waiting it out. But I don't stop working. It is important not to do anything too detailed or anything that's going into its final phase because, well, obviously I'm right eye dominant, and that's pretty important in doing detail work, is having your dominant eye in full capacity. Mine's currently not, but yeah, I don't stop working. I don't stop doing anything with my studio at all. There's a lot of things that go into getting a piece of artwork or a piece of music or animation and so forth ready that don't require details. You got to start at the scratch, rough kind of stage on some things. I have multiple projects in different phases, so you know, can't do the detailed work at least for the rest of this week, which it's Saturday, the week's mostly over. I think by Monday it'll be cleared up. It's just not yet. And so during this week, because of the eye infection, I did Tales from the Drafting Table a little bit differently. I temporarily put the Plato and Aristotle draft on hold because, as I said, it's about prepping it and working out the details, and with my right eye messed up, I couldn't do that. So I switched over to doing storyboards for prologue for an animation that kind of got created suddenly in my mind, that started from shorts. I've named it now. It's called Wild Hair. It's a trilogy. It's got a prologue and an epilogue, and it's about a rabbit that I'm using. It's a rabbit's tail, if you will, so that also makes it kind of weird that it's called Wild Hair. There is a difference between a rabbit and a hare, but I'm playing around with it. I'm sure I'll have both in the story. And as with most kind of things where you're using animals to tell a story or a narrative, they're just replacements for humans. They kind of put a sugar coating on the medicine, if you will, on the pill. I really liked the story. It came spontaneously to me, like most do. So I put that up on the Tales for the Drafting Table episode called Adaptability to, fill in, because I'm not going to stop working. I'm not going to stop uploading or filming. One of the things I've had a long hiatus away from that is a part of the studio is I love playing games. I'm a gamer, but I'm specifically a World of Warcraft gamer. And I did stream it one day a week. When I hit kind of a medical crisis where I had to manage all of that with my RA. Yeah, I keep kind of running into those, go from RA to eye infection, but the eye infection is kind of connected to, this is when everybody's doing their back to school shopping, this is when tons of kids are out with their parents, and just in general you have more generations crossed and mixed together in crowds, and you have a higher chance of getting things like eye infections, ear infections, sinus infections. It's a changing of season, there's a larger number of people out and about. So, and I do have friends that have kids. I've got, little godchildren of my own that I kind of look after. So, go and visit from time to time. And I haven't seen them in a while, though. I've been really, really busy down in the studio. But, doing like storyboards, writing music. I've been doing a lot more of that while I'm waiting for my eye to heal. But yes, going and doing that commission for 3 days did completely throw my upload schedule off. And it's kind of unfortunate. I didn't know that commission was going to come. Those can happen at any time. And often a customer, especially this one where I was doing it in somebody's dining room, they don't want it filmed. It's their own private work, that they want to share with people that they invite into their environment. They don't want it to be public, and so I didn't get to film anything that I was doing while away, so I don't have any of that kind of footage. Another unfortunate casualty, which will be a casualty, is I started a second series called Garden and Grail, and part of it is a quest to get my newest studio cat, because for me it's very important to have a little baby Ma'at in the studio. But also, Garden and Grail was to feature the ways that I inspire myself, the ways that I recharge my creative juices, if you will, my energies, and it example of how art translates into every aspect of my life. But primarily Garden and Grail is about how I spend my downtime away from my vocation and also away from my studio. I don't always take breaks. I will admit to being a workaholic. But, if you want to succeed at something, it requires a certain level of that kind of drive, if you will. Or you've got to be a little bit of a workaholic. And so Garden and Grail was intended to be once a week, and part of that was to force me to take a break. And then I was going to use Garden and Grail to springboard back into doing my game streaming, because my game streaming is also an additional thing that I try to do once a week to force myself to take a break, because yes, I'm a workaholic, yes, I've got a lot of projects, yes, the studio is my number one priority, but you can burn yourself out, you can wear yourself down, and I think when we look at it, I probably should have started the Garden and Grail sooner. I probably should have gotten back to my game streaming at least once a week a lot sooner, because I think it's very easy to see that my health took a hit from overworking, and me building in those things like Garden and Grail and like WoW streaming were healthy, and I need to get back to doing those, and so I am heading in that direction. And I think it's pretty evident to me, work stress and barometric pressure changes really affect my RA really bad. It's just stress and barometric pressure. It's like perfect storms. I got through that, then recovering from it, got to get back into the studio, getting more work done, getting more projects done, everything's going wonderful. I get a commission that comes in, I've got to kind of stop, upload temporarily to take that commission, get paid, and go do some artwork. Get that out of the way, and then boom, the very next day I'm at work, I get an eye infection. Adaptability. That's why I named that specific episode of Tales from the Drafting Table Adaptability, because, if you want something bad enough, you'll go through anything. You'll walk through fire, you'll go through anything, and you will find ways, you will adapt. It's like, oh, I can't do the detailed work right now? Okay, I have non-detailed sketch work and, R&D and these kind of things to work towards. And I have development things, design that needs to be sketched out before I look into doing the details anyway. And so, technically, I still find a way to keep working. Wearing my glasses more right now to try to cut back on the eye strain to also help speed up the recovery of my right eye. And staying more focused towards music, less visual things. I am still doing the storyboard for Wild Hair for the prologue. Because again, it's not detailed, it's just sketching out thumbnails and figuring out pacing, camera angles, mood, color, tone, those sort of things. I've added another guitar to the family because of course I need another air conditioner and I got a guitar. But I look at it this way, the guitar that I got is one of those that doesn't pop up often. A nice guitar like that for the price, that's very good quality. Those don't pop up that often, and air conditioners do. I can get an air conditioner anytime. and I'm close to the end of the season where I'm not really going to need it in another month. So I'm willing to suffer to maintain my equipment, upgrade my equipment, um, get more art material. I think with my short that I did about repairing these glasses right here is a perfect example. Yeah, I could have spent $100 to get another pair of glasses that I probably would break eventually again anyway. The lenses are perfectly fine. I technically only need one lens to be a prescription. The other one's nothing. It's blank. It's empty. So spend $100 because my glasses broke in a non-essential place, or use my artistic skills to repair and put them back together, and use that $100 towards some art supplies, canvas, any kind of supply material, anything like that that I might need. Well, some of it went towards another guitar because music. Can you ever have enough instruments if you're into music? Probably not. Probably not. It's but it was a good idea because with the eye strain and me not being able to you know focus on detailed work because of the infection, uh, it allowed me to get a little bit more done on some of my music and music scores that I have for some of my animations. It allowed me to play around a little bit with the Foley sounds a little more because it's stuff that I need to do, but has been on the back burner because getting the physical artwork done is priority. I mean, Foley sounds don't matter if you don't have pictures for them to go with. Uh, so yeah, I do believe by Monday my eye will be back to 100%. So I will be back to doing the Tales from the Drafting Table series as I intended it to be. I'm gonna be trying to do some more shorts, and this time around I'm going to do Garden and Grail, and I am gonna game stream. I'm finally gonna make myself do it. I need to schedule in my downtime, and I need to do a better job of making sure I have that. So Sunday is definitely not going to be a work day. It's going to be an off day for me. And so all week I work. So even if I'm at my job vocationally, I spend every waking moment like I'm doing right now. I have to go to work tonight at 9 o'clock. And I'll get off at 6 a.m., maybe sooner, maybe later. Um, I got work done today. I accomplished more on the Wild Hair storyboard. Wrote a couple of melodies that kind of fit certain areas of the prologue. Most of that was done on my keyboards, on my piano. Um, I think maybe it wouldn't hurt anything if I picked up the camera and took you guys on a tour of my music section at some point. Uh, Maybe in next week's vlog, I'll take you through the music section of the studio. And yeah, it's probably time to do another walkthrough of the general studio. Anyway, sorry that the footage got cut off. Kind of ran out of space on my memory card. Um, but I appreciate everybody that take the time to check out this vlog, and likes, supports, shares, subscribe, things like that. It helps out a lot. Obviously, I didn't have a whole lot to report this week. More about the setbacks and how I overcome them and how I kept going. Um, Garden and Grail will be uploaded on Monday, unlike last week where I missed it because of that commission. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I hope you all manifest all the really cool things that you dream of. And we'll catch you in Garden and Grail. And I will definitely get back to my game streaming on WoW, and I'll leave a link to that in the Garden and Grail video. I'll probably put a little short up Sunday to give everybody a heads up of where I'm at um, as far as the gaming and the game stream. All right. Speedy out, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.